Hey, besties. Okay, so this is sort of the in between episode, but not really an episode, but it's basically just some context that I feel like I needed to do before I did the first episode of this legacy challenge because I wanted some more interesting townies since her whole challenge is very social and she needs to meet people and friends and all of that, and I didn't want her to just have to rely on the townies in world that we kind of already had, because I feel like they were a bit overplayed. We've, especially Willow Creek, which I put her in. Willow Creek townies have been around for 10 years now. So yeah, they've been played with a lot, especially by me. So I just wanted some new faces alongside the same old townies. Yeah, I just wanted some something interesting. And so this first sim is Allison, and I really enjoy her vibe a lot. I really like that hair. Honestly, I downloaded the hair that she has and I was like, I really want to make a sim that has that hair. And then she was just sort of birthed, and I gave her that, I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of chin dimple. That's what it's called. A chin dimple. I gave her a chin dimple because I don't think I've ever done that before, and I have a slider and also some skin details that can make that possible. So I wanted to do that. And I really enjoyed her vibe so much that I was just giving her outfits. I don't even play with her, but I just got really invested, and so yeah, I really liked making this sim. I tried to keep her very blue, lavender, I think a little bit of white, but not too much. Mainly blues. I think she looked really nice and I guess a frosty blue color. And yeah, she kind of reminds me of that one girl from the girl group Flow. I'll probably put a picture of her up because it was completely unrelated, because I really wasn't thinking about her at the time, but now that I'm looking at her now, she kind of reminds me of that girl from Flow. And I've been meaning to give somebody this really pretty blue dress. I can't remember who made it. I think it might be Serenity or somebody. But it's so pretty, and I haven't had an opportunity to give it to anyone yet. And so I was kind of using her as an experimental sim. And just trying out different things that I had recently downloaded and never really used. And I enjoy her vibe a lot. A lot. And I recently downloaded, I believe it's like the Manhattan set or something from Jelly Bean, and that like fur jacket is so pretty. The sim really has like been my experiment because I'm adding a bunch of like new stuff that I got, and they look really good on her. I think I really love that jacket. And I also appreciate the consistency to the color scheme. But I made her outgoing, generous, and romantic, and I believe I give her, I think, Renaissance sim. Basically, I like randomized her likes and dislikes a little bit just because like there's so much to go through. And I like to sort of let them choose something at first, and then I'll like go in and be like, no, I don't think that that's right. But like I wanted her to have like sort of similar interests to Celine, so that way they would like get along better. And then I move on to a pair of siblings, actually. I think they might be like my favorite, aside from like Allison, of these like Townies. Even though I'm lying, I'm probably gonna say that about like everyone. The story for them is that they're like decently close in age, but I think this sim is like the younger brother to the sister that we also make, but not by much, probably like 2 years. So I didn't make her like an adult or anything. Like they're both young adults, but like they live together in like one of the houses, like one of the starter homes in Willow Creek, in like the same neighborhood that like Celine lives in. Basically all of the ones that I create in CAS live in the same neighborhood, except for I think the like last couple we make, they live also in Willow Creek, but I think they live like next to the Goths or something, because I felt like they were a bit fancier. But like since the ones that I've been making are more like young adults and like early young adults to match like the starting out vibes of like a legacy challenge, I wanted to make sure that they like all lived in like reasonable starter homes and that felt realistic for like young people to be able to own. And honestly, this sim kind of reminds me a lot of Hanzo from Overwatch 2, but like a little bit more like brown. Looking at him right now, he does kind of remind me a lot of like Hanzo, like a younger, tanner Hanzo, which also was not on purpose. He just so happens to look like him. And I'm pretty sure I keep him like brown and like green themed, maybe black also. I tried to give my Sims like a consistent color palette. And I gave him, oh, that's right, I gave him a ghost face tattoo, which I thought was really cool. And I must have downloaded it at some point, but I don't remember when, but it was like super cool. I imagine he would be like either a writer also, or like a film critic. Like he has a letterbox account. I feel like either both at the same time, maybe, or maybe he is like an actual like film critic with like a job as a film critic. Oh, and I gave him a male corset because I deserve to have a sim wear a male corset. Like I deserve it, and I didn't remember that I had it, but I'm glad that I remembered and I gave it to him. I give him the jealous trait, the bookworm trait, and self-assured trait. And I eventually give him the, I believe soulmate aspiration, because I feel like those are like the vibes. And I noticed a trend of me making like younger siblings have the jealous trait, which I will not unpack in this video. I don't know what that's about, but I think it fits his vibes, honestly. And I got like really into the interest for this video. And I think that's why I feel a bit more like connected to these like townies, because like I really thought about who they were going to be as Sims, and I gave them likes and dislikes in like every single category basically. Oh, and his name is Van. Same as Van, by the way, which I thought was cool. I think I randomized it, but like I don't think I've ever had a Sim named Van, and that's really dope. And initially I was gonna have it be like a more roommate themed, yeah, initially I was gonna have it be more like a roommate oriented house where it's gonna be like a bunch of like random Sims that just sort of like all moved into a starter home in Willow Creek. But then I was like, I can just make more townies, you know, like I don't need them to all be in one house. So I figured I'd like give him a sister. And I just really wanted to make a female sim. Like I can't make too many male sims or I explode, so I had to balance it off. And so he has a sister, and I give her glasses because I really was trying to like experiment more with how I like make sims, and I really neglect glasses like a lot. So I've really been trying to give justice to the glass wearing society. And so yeah, I give her glasses, and I really like her look. Like she just looks really cool. Honestly, I really enjoy all these townies. That's why when I said that like these two are like my favorite, I kind of lied. And like when I said Allison was my favorite, I may or may not have lied, because I really do enjoy that Tim. But like I kind of like all of them. I had a lot of fun making literally every single one of them. And that's why this video is like super long, because like I really thought about what I was going to do with like all of them and like their likes and dislikes and like accessories and stuff. I like really put a lot of thought into these Sims. And I think I gave like every Sim tattoos in this video. Because I feel like I was also kind of neglecting tattoos a little bit. Especially for like townies. I usually give like the Sims that I play with tattoos, but I don't really give townies tattoos for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. But I have a bunch of them, and I just really wanted to utilize some of the lesser used ones. I think honestly, when I was making Van, like I kind of had him in mind as like endgame for Celine, because like her like generation challenges about like basically never staying single for more than like one sim week, and then marrying your soulmate before you hit adulthood. So basically I'm thinking we'll just like chill and do like something that I don't normally do with my Sims, and like date around and just like have fun and stuff, because normally I like create a Sim and then I create like whoever they're gonna be with, and then they like instantly meet and then they never do anything else. Like they're just like together forever and they never like divorce or anything. They're just happy. And that's it. And it's like I really enjoy the thought of like something different to what I like normally do. Similarly with like the occult legacy challenge, like Alani can't ever like get married or like really have a partner. Like she's supposed to be like basically single for like her entire life, which is again something I like never do. And it's really cool. I don't know, like I really like playing these challenges, honestly. It makes me play in ways that like I never would have played myself. And that's why I really like it. Oh, and I give her the high maintenance, foodie, and perfectionist traits. And then I give her like the super parent aspiration. And I imagine she would be like a professional chef or something, or like one of those chefs that like really, really rich people hire to like cook in the Hamptons or something. Like she just gives a very like responsible and respectable vibe. And I really enjoy her like aesthetic. But I feel like she's a perfectionist, and that's why like she's like really well respected in like her career, but it also like makes her put like a lot of pressure on herself. And on to the next sim, and this is an ASIM I really wanted to make because I've never made an ASIM. I believe she's ace and biromantic, which I think is very interesting. And I sort of imagined her to be like a foster parent slash just like adoption mother. And I imagine she would have like a bunch of like adopted kids and stuff, just because I feel like she has like a really like nurturing soul and she really likes family. And so I made her unflirty, family oriented, and a perfectionist. And she has the like big happy family aspiration, I think. And then I make her like her first adopted kid, a little infant named Skylar. And I was really just sort of going down the list of things that like I don't really normally do or I've never done before, and like hitting them with like each townie that I made in this video. And initially I was trying to make this like hoodie shirt thing work because I've never been able to make it work. But I realized that I kind of hate it. Like it was really cute and like the way that the CC creator styled it, but I for some reason am just not able to make that work. And I was trying a little bit to branch out and like use things that I don't normally use, but I could not do that. And I really like this dress. I can't remember where it's from, but it's like really pretty, and I have been using it too much actually, so I did kind of the opposite with this outfit. But it was so pretty and I wanted to use it again, and I like it because it's like long, but it also shows a little bit, but it's like really nice. Like I don't know, it's really nice. And I believe I gave her like body freckles too, which is also something I never really do with Sims. Like if I remember to give them freckles, it's usually like just face freckles, but like body freckles exist. Like I have freckles on my hands and stuff, like justice for body freckles. So I wanted to do that too. And I believe I keep her more like purple, like purple, green, nothing like tan for no reason whatsoever. And I was actually able to use that like denim bucket hat that I think is from like a recent collection. But I never use bucket hats either. So like again, I was really trying to get out of my comfort zone. And I actually really like it on her. Like I think it looks really nice. And I tried to match the denim to her shorts. And then we make her daughter, Skylar. And I always love a good excuse to make another infant, honestly. They become my addiction since they came out, and I just like haven't stopped making them. And I've just been like hoarding CC for them. And they're just so cute. Like it's always fun, and it's like easy, it doesn't take long. Like they're just little babies. Like it's so simple. I think it's even simpler to make them than like toddlers, but they're so cute, and like a lot of the CC that I have is just really adorable. And I love an excuse to use it, basically. And then this is the like last couple that I like make. Like basically sort of from scratch. But this sim, we'll see her later. I actually like pre-recorded a like Y2K lookbook video with her before, but she was so pretty I wanted to use her for something else. And so I like repurpose her basically. as like a townie in Worlds. And I definitely don't regret it. I think she's like really, really pretty. And I try to keep her very like yellow because I feel like yellow looked so good in her. And so yeah, I keep her very like bright yellow. And she's basically supposed to be like a model in Worlds. And her husband, who we'll see shortly, is from one of these Sims Bingo CAS challenges, and he's supposed to also be a model. I just enjoyed his vibe so much from the video, and I remembered that I did, and so I like put him in and like repurposed him also to be a townie, and then I gave them an infant because I have a problem. And so I did that. And then you see later, basically I repurposed a couple of different like sim households that I had just to like help fill the world. So I moved in the Many Men CAS challenge household, like all of them, into like I think like an empty lot in Willow Creek, just so they would like populate the world and like get married or like move away or do whatever they were gonna do. Or if like Celine meets them, like that'd be cool too. Basically it was just like I needed more townies. And I also didn't want to make like an hour-long video of me just like making Sims, so I had to sort of like put a stop to myself. And I also update an older family that I made like a while ago, probably like a year ago now. The Marcus family, they were one of the Newcrest families that I made, which I don't think I would recommend watching the video. It's like it's old and it's not that great of quality, I would think. By now I remember really enjoying that family and like their genetics and stuff, so I went back and I like gave them an updated makeover, and I took screenshots of them, so they're in this video just to like show you guys, because I'm sure that most of you watching this video have not seen that one. So I just wanted to update that. And I feel like the eldest son in that family is also, I feel like, potential end game. I wanted to have a lot of options because I know MC Command Center likes to ruin all of my plans by getting my Sims that I like place into the world married. Like they'll get Sims that I place into the world married to people that I don't want them to be married. And I know there's like a way to turn that off, but I actually kind of like it, you know. It feels kind of realistic, especially like when you're like playing and time passes. Like they won't just like stay there and wait for your sim to find them forever. Like I think it's very interesting, and it also creates really unique situations. So yeah, I just like having a lot of options just in case. MC Command Center, or like even now that I have a bunch of like attraction systems that are mods in my game, sometimes I'll like create a sim and I'll think like, yeah, my sim's really gonna love this sim, and then they don't at all. Like you'll find them like basic looking, they have like no chemistry, like it just won't work out. And I like that because like I like a more like guiding system than like directing system when it comes to like my sims. So it's kind of cool that they can like sort of make their own decisions in that way. Like I can guide them towards what I want them to do, but like they won't always do that. And I feel like that feels a bit more Sims 3 to me, and I appreciate that. And I wanted to sort of have that with mods in The Sims 4. And so this is Jupiter, and I keep his name because like I thought it was really cool. And he was the sim based off of a planet in the Sims Bingo Challenge. But he had a really cool vibe and really cool eyes, and I don't know if I keep those, but they were like really, really sick. So I thought it was interesting and I wanted to keep that. And I was also just like adding a lot of tattoos because I feel like he would have like cool vibey tattoos. Oh, I do keep his eyes, I do, I think. Yeah, it's like a orange blue mix because it's supposed to be like based off of Jupiter, which I mean kind of kind of sorta, but like they just look really cool. And so I really enjoyed this household specifically because they're both supposed to be models, I got to like experiment with more like out there clothing options that I don't feel like most of my like chill normal sims would be able to like afford, or like even would just go for, because like that's not really the vibes that they have. And honestly, if I hadn't given Van the male corset, I would have given Jupiter the male corset, but I didn't want to do both because I feel like it's such a rare clothing item. Like in real life, I don't feel like they would both be wearing that. It just wouldn't be realistic. But in my ideal world, they would, because I think that it's so interesting. And it's also historically accurate because men did wear corsets and heels. I think it's definitely an interesting dynamic to experiment with in real life and in Sims. And then this is me making their daughter Kendall. I think I named her Kendall. Or like, I think I like randomized the name Kendall, and I was like, that sounds like something that they would name their kid. And I needed to give her like her mother's eye preset because it was like a custom eye preset. And I didn't want it to like lose that. So I just gave it to her, and then I aged her back down to an infant, and then I gave her her dad's eye color because I thought those were like two really interesting parts of both of those Sims that I would like to see together. And she turned out really cute, and I'm pretty sure she was like day 3 or 4 of my like Black History Month Sims on Twitter, which I'm currently doing if you're interested. And I'm not doing like a cash challenge or anything, I'm just sort of like chilling making Sims and posting them. Yeah, no, she was like really cute, and so I used her for that. And these are the screenshots, and I think like they turned out so good. I finally got a hang of like using reshade properly because I was usually a G-shade user, and then like the whole G-shade scandal happened, so I switched over to reshade, and I never really quite understood the settings until like very recently. I think it shows because I feel like the quality of my screenshots have been like so much better like recently, like within like the past like week or so. They've been really good. I really like these. I think they're really cool, but let me know what you think. Obviously you know what I think, and then we'll see them like I guess in person in the first episode of the like challenge.